I'm Jim Benson, and you're listening to TV Time Machine. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and visit our show archives at tvtimemachine.com. Today on the TV Time Machine, we are pleased to welcome Elizabeth Gillies from the new horror thriller Animal. Ms. Gillies is best known for playing Jade West in the TV sitcom Victorious. Over the next segment, Elizabeth Gillies will talk about her new horror film Animal, playing in select theaters and on video on demand, and airing this fall on Chiller TV. Again, for those of you intrepid enough not to feed the animal, feel free to get cabin fever as we're herded out of the past to find ourselves cowering in fear in the present. Liz, thank you for coming on board the TV Time Machine.
Thank you for having me.
Liz, tell us the premise of Animal and a little something about your character, Mandy.
All right, well, it's about a group of close friends, and it starts out like a pretty, a typical, scary movie where they go into the woods, and they're going on a camping trip to go see kind of where two of the characters, Alyssa and Jeff, were brother and sister, used to go when they were kids. They're going on a hike, and everything just takes a massive turn when they realize they're being hunted out by this crazy new kind of creature that they don't see until it's too late, for one of the characters. And my character, Mandy, is the girlfriend of Jeff, and she's very vain, and she doesn't like the outdoors, and so already she's out of her comfort zone, and then obviously it's pushed further once there's a bloodthirsty predator after her.
Well, of course, in Animal, you guys are hiding. You're cooped up in a cabin.
Yeah.
Now, did that fact help you guys bond in real life? What was it like on the set?
Yeah, it was funny. We shot we did all-nighters for a month, almost a month, 3 weeks, so it was pretty crazy. So we only really knew each other in the dark, and we were in the woods the entire time. The whole movie takes place in one night, pretty much. So, yes, definitely. All we had to hang out was we had a little trailer, tiny little trailer. So we were cooped up pretty much either in the trailer or the house or out by trees. So it was pretty similar to the movie. I definitely think it helped us bond.
Now, if you were in a threatening situation in real life, what would you do? Would you innovate your way out of it, or would you just freak out?
I would at first for sure freak out, but I think that my survivalist kind of I would put that hat on pretty quickly, and my character, although she and I are very different, she's a little more girly than me in parts. She definitely she proves to be very strong, and I think that we would react similarly towards. Well, I don't want to give anything away, but
right.
but I think I'd be able to get through it. I can get pretty feisty, so I think I'd be okay. Maybe, I don't know. It depends what was after me, I guess.
Now, why do you horror, of course, is incredibly popular. Why do you think this genre and this type of storytelling strikes such a chord with people?
I don't know. I think people love an impossible situation. I think they love a thrill. I think that, yesterday, it's ironic because I'm actually very terrified to even watch scary movies at all. And I was home with my brother, and House of Wax was on or something, and he and I were watching it, and it was we had pillows over our head, and we were looking at each other, because you do all these funny things when you watch a scary movie that you don't even realize, because you just go into this kind of scared place, and it's fun. It's like a roller coaster. So I think people like the thrill. It's like a safe way to have your adrenaline, an adrenaline rush. I think it's fun.
Yeah, for you, when you're watching a horror movie, for you, is it more frightening if the horror is seen or unseen?
I don't know. That's a good question. I'm really not sure. I think the unknown is pretty scary, so I don't know. Maybe a tie? I don't know. I'm scared of all of it.
Well, what approach does Animal take? Is there a lot of unseen things that make you scared?
Initially, you hear a lot, and that's what scares you at first. And it's very frantic. It's shot pretty. It's us running in the woods. It's very dark, which always makes things scarier. And you see us frantically running from this big sound, and then you at first just see glimpses of this creature. And they've created such an interesting creature. It's unlike anything I've ever seen before. And once we got the first image of the character, we were like, oh my God! It definitely helped us act, because it's terrifying. If they incorporate all these elements, well, I don't want to give too much away. Again, you'll see him. But as the movie goes on, you see more and more of him. And then once you finally see him, you're like, oh, wow. I say him like he's a guy.
Right.
But I feel like it would be a boy. I don't think it would be a girl creature.
And he doesn't have a name, just Animal.
Just Animal.
Right.
I feel like I should name him Phil or something to downplay the scariness.
Now, what was the most challenging thing for you playing a part like this?
I wish I had gotten into shape before. That's something that I figured out after I saw the movie. The running was like, it was so much running, and it was, but it was fun. I mean, I run, so it's okay. But that was interesting. The screaming, that was definitely it. I was kind of chosen as the designated screamer. I just jumped right in and was screaming bloody murder, and they're like, oh, you have this scary movie Scream, so you're going to be doing it the whole movie. I was like, okay. And I'm a singer, so that I couldn't sing. I couldn't sing a song after that.
Yeah, weren't you concerned about that? You know, stripping your voice, doing all that screaming?
I stripped it bare. Like I think my voice is still different. As you hear, like, I have a raspy voice to begin with, but I think it totally took a big toll on the voice. But I just wanted the movie to look good. It's one of those problems when you balance like a singing career with an acting career. You're like, well, all right, I'm sorry about the singing for this month. I'm going to scream at the top of my lungs. You never get a chance to do that in real life, and it's just my voice is horrified. It's like, what are you doing? It's awful. But it's all right. I think it came out cool.
Well, speaking of real life,
Yeah.
what are some of your greatest fears in real life, and why?
Used to be elevators.
Wow.
No, I'm kidding. I have bigger fears than that. That's like my shallow fear. I was really afraid of weather actually when I was a kid, like scary clouds and thunderstorms and all that. My biggest fear, though, it's very not to take it to a dark place, but I think it's failure. That's like my biggest fear in the entire world. I really do fear that. So, I guess that's my non-shallow fear.
Well, I don't blame you for elevators, because did you see recently on YouTube that video of the guy who's the elevator out of control that went up 30 floors and then hit the roof?
Holy, I can't believe you did that.
Yeah.
Literally, I just got over. I'm
No, it's
never
true.
gonna watch it again. Oh my God, I'm gonna watch it. I'm never getting it again. I bet he didn't see that one coming.
No, he didn't.
Jesus, oh my God, wow.
What are some of the types of characters that you're most interested in playing or would like to play?
I like really dark characters. I don't know. I like characters that interest me. Something that I like characters that are very different from me because it allows me to try something new. I like characters where I get to kind of channel parts of myself. I was very attracted to this character because she starts off as what seems to be, this very shallow, weak character. Not weak, but, you don't think that she has any fight in her. And then she really transforms and gets strong. And it was also an extremely physical role. I'm very interested in roles that challenge me in any way. And for this, it was very physically challenging, and there were a lot of stunts, and that's very interesting to me. So anything outside the box, I like that. And I just want to, I want to try it all, but I definitely and I'm not attracted to just simple, easygoing. I have no interest in that. So, anything that...
That's good.
Really.
Well, you also mentioned that you're a singer. You're a tremendous singer.
Thank you.
Now, do you have a retro sensibility to any degree when it comes to that? Do you enjoy the music from the past?
I only enjoy the music from the past. Ironically, I went through a huge phase for the majority of my life where I really only listened to kind of like late 60s, 70s type stuff, and I wanted to create music like that. I listened to a lot of, Joni Mitchell, Carole King, Carly Simon, Cat Stevens, Led Zeppelin, like all kind of older music, which is the music I love a lot. And recently, in the last year, I've kind of rediscovered 40s music and 50s music, and I've listened to a lot of, Julie London, Ella Fitzgerald, and so I've incorporated both kind of into what I'm writing, and for sure, I don't think I was born. I was born in the wrong time, for sure, absolutely so.
Well, what are the qualities about the classic musicians of the past that you appreciate most?
I don't know, I think they told more of a story than what I hear on the radio today. Not to knock the music on the radio today, but it's gotten there was a simplicity and an honesty, I think, to that music that I really appreciate and respect, and that I try to incorporate in my music. And I don't know, the voices weren't more authentic. There was no auto-tune, there were little, right. I don't know, I like it better. And it seemed there was more, I don't know about the 70s, things got a little loose, but especially in the 40s, like, you had to be like a singer, you know what I mean? You had to really know what you were doing, and not that you don't today, but I think we have so much technology now that not anyone can do it, but kind of,
Yeah, things have changed. Liz, what can the audiences expect to experience when they watch Animal?
It's a fun ride. It's a great, on top of being, thrilling and scary, the good thing about this is that you can go there, get the thrill and leave and not be, staying up at night, like clutching your blanket in bed, freaking out, because it's like old-fashioned in the way that it's like an old-fashioned horror movie. You're there and you're scared and you go home and you're okay. Like for me, I saw The Ring when I was younger and I was screwed for the rest of my life. And that's not this, and on top of it, it's a great movie. There's a lot of dramatic elements to it. It's funny, and unlike other horror movies where the people, you're just like, oh, how are they going to die? And then the characters are really developed. Everyone's really developed in this movie, and it's very well done. And I think it's a really well-crafted indie horror movie, and I think they're going to love it.
And where can people find out more about yourself and Animal online?
Online, if you go to donotfeedtheanimal.com, it says where to watch, and it shows select theaters, and there you can find the different places where it's playing, and then you can also watch on demand, or you can get it on iTunes or Amazon.
Great. Elizabeth, it's been a tremendous pleasure having you aboard the TV Time Machine. Feel free to join us again in the future or in the past.
Absolutely. I'll choose the past.